Hello, 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 hello. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Beautiful people. It's a scorcher for the last 3 days and here in New York City. It's been like nothing but 90 degrees with humidity, humid, scorcher, dry, sun is blazing. So, I try to stay out of the sun, away from the sun during the heat wave. But yeah, we are experiencing a heat wave. Nothing that we can't get over, but heat waves are no joke. So that's what I had to get out before I start my live and my opening remarks. But that was my gripe, my complaint for the morning, early morning is the heat wave. But it's not about me, it's about you. Welcome everyone. Hello, how are you? I hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday or is continuing to have a great start on this Wednesday afternoon. This is an afternoon live. I wanted to come and say hello. I went live yesterday and I was just following up from yesterday. I have a few comments that I think that we can talk about responsibly and respectfully because I have learned that when you become a podcast host or doing live shows, you have to take other people thoughts and consideration, or the people thoughts and opinions into consideration. Good morning, Bridget. How are you? Good morning, Grand Rising. Yes, it's an early. Well, it's here. It's 12:07, but I don't know what time it is where you are. But Grand Rising, thank you. I'll take that as either morning, noon, or night. Yeah. So with my lives, I figured that I should at least just do it in my way, authentically and respectfully, because you're going to get people that push back and naysayers and agitators, people who come over here just to intentionally disrupt, agitate the live based on their feelings and their mood. So we over here at the Bronx Girl platform, we know how to ignore that. We know how to get past that and around that. And there's nothing stopping me from going on and saying what I feel and how I feel about certain things on my live show. People gonna tune in regardless whether they like it or not. Um, the people that look for drama every single day, chaos and confusion, that's not this platform. I would like for people to know that this is not a chaotic, confusing platform. People, if you're not yelling back and forth, if you're not beefing, they don't care, right? And they don't care, and they don't um, tend to care. So that's why they have the opportunity to express what they can and cannot do because they just don't care. So yesterday I was went live and we were talking about cash apps and how cash apps are promoted and talked about, and a lot of people do cash apps behind the scenes, which I don't have a problem with cash apps. I'm not anti cash app. That's what the live is about people who are anti cash apps, right? These people have so much to say about what people do with their money. These people are pocket watchers. These people do not make contributions. Now, I know a lot of people are confused about how YouTube work. If you don't know, you will know in this live that YouTube, once you become monetized, you are a partner and you are part of YouTube partnership. So that means you have to work to build your page. And I know a lot of people want to throw out there, oh, get a job. These are the people that I know that don't know anything too much about the workplace or how things work in this economy and in this society, right? And that's okay. There are people that make money that don't have to pay taxes. And I think the anti Cash App people have that uh, corrupt thinking in their mind when they come over here so boldly and freely and say, "Oh, um, me giving you a view is a contribution." How much of it is a contribution, right? If you don't want to give cash apps, you don't have to give cash apps. You guys make up the most idiotic excuses as to why, and I say idiotic because of the feedback that I get about. Um, you don't have an obligation. You don't have a responsibility. No, no one said you have an obligation or a responsibility. You're giving yourself a little bit too much of a title, of a sense of entitlement or thinking that you have that position to talk down to someone or be condescending. Like, it has nothing to do with obligations and it has nothing to do with responsibilities. No one can force you to do anything that you don't want to do. You do it because you want to, not because you have to. If you don't want to give a cash app, you don't have to give a cash app. But if someone requests a content creator, requests a cash app, or is looking for a cash app, or may expect a cash app, and you're not the one to give ever, and you outside of YouTube, you're not the one to give or contribute to society, which I believe you guys don't. The ones that pop up here so boldly and freely and openly and say, "Well, I don't have to give any cash apps." No, you don't. You wouldn't give a cash app if you had to. You wouldn't tip your server if you had to. You wouldn't tip your hairdresser. You would not tip the bartender. You would not tip the coffee when you go to get your coffee or restaurants or whatever. You're not tippers. Okay? A lot of people through good morning, Lasagna. How are you? And I know a lot of people feel like they have like the say so to come over here and anybody else chat to express their disdain about people asking for cash apps. Like, that's not our problem that you're uptight and stingy and selfish. That's not our problem. That's your problem. That's something that you have to look into and inspect and see why are you so uptight and stingy and selfish, but you have so much to say. Just like I said, if you don't vote, then you don't have nothing to say about who's running the country. That's how it's been, and that's how it go. If you're not, and if you haven't ever, if you don't have no intentions of donating the cash app, that's up to you, right? But don't critique or criticize or make it look like your tax dollars are coming out of cash apps or going towards cash apps. No, don't get yourself, don't be so silly. Don't get confused. Like, keep it 100. With YouTube, people really think that YouTube pay us. No, we're working for YouTube. That means you have to build up your channel, build up memberships. You have the opportunity either to tip, donate, or give a gift through super chats, super stickers, memberships. And if you watch the replay and you like the show, you also have the opportunity to show thanks to the host. So if you're not doing either one of those and you're saying that you're watching and you're not watching the ads and you're not watching the show fully for an hour with the ads, then what are you really contributing? Right? So, and what about the cash apps? As far as the cash apps, people have the right to have a cash app. Now, a lot of people are private. They don't want to be seen in the forefront, and they don't want people in their business or what they're giving. People have the right to give someone cash apps if they see fit. Like, if you're not a cash app giver, then don't give cash apps. If you're not considering it, don't even consider it. We know what type of people you are. We are uptight, you're stingy, you're selfish. These are the same people. Hey, Miss Chocolate, how are you? These are the same people that go around like boasting, like, oh, I make this much money, I make that much money, I have a job, I have this, I have that. But these are the same people that sit there and give you a lecture about black women, black people, black community arguing with each other and tearing each other down. But when you put their foot to the fire and say, well, what contributions have you made to your community to help your community grow? All you're doing is, if you're supporting the channel, you're helping the channel grow. Now, if you don't want to do like a comparison of me having 1,500 subscribers compared to someone that have like about 100,000 subscribers, and the same thing that required in this chat is required in other chats. A lot of other content creators don't request cash apps. They request for you to excuse me, cash, not cash apps, what is it, super sticker or super chats to answer your questions. Hey, Lady J, good morning. She's saying good morning to the live. She said good morning to Miss Chocolate, Lasagna, and Bridget. Good morning, and everyone is speaking back to Miss Lady JJ. So when I have people that think they know what they're talking about, if you stingy and cheap and you tight fisted, that's on you. I'm not like that. I don't feel like stuffed, and I don't feel like I supposed to, like, or I'm obligated to give to anyone. So if you feel like you're obligated and you think it's a responsibility for you to give a cash app to someone or a content creator, this is not for you. You just watch it for free. You're just being an agitator. Good morning, Ann. How are you? That's all you're doing is agitating. That's all you're doing is causing a ruckus. Like, stop pocket watching. If you make that much of a good money, you have a secure job and a stable job and a steady job and benefits, that you look for to the future, then you should not have no complaint about anyone asking for cash apps, right? At all. So let me see. I had went live yesterday, and a few comments caught my eye, which they normally do, and I don't have a problem with comments. But I feel like I'm here to correct some things about people and their idea of how I run my platform. If I get, and this is for the people that's serious and the money minded oriented people that have money in their mind, know that in order for a page or platform to grow, in order for the world to go around, you do have to spend money. So people that sit up tight and probably give to because we don't fit your narrative or we don't fit your liking, you think you have the right to come up here and say, oh no, I don't give cash apps, I make a contract. That's not my responsibility. What is your responsibility on this app? Who said you have a responsibility or obligation? Right? You think it's free. It's not free at all. The only thing that's free is probably free to listen because you choose to listen for free, right? Because you would not get this nowhere else, right? And the only thing that's free is the what is it called? It's subscribing. Like I don't even throw my cash up there, but I'm going to because no one can stop me from throwing my cash up there. What are you going to say? Like 47 and Lucky and Lady High. Oh wait, 40. Did I see her in here? I didn't see her in here. But so let me read a comment if I could find it because it's just quite funny that black people always have some type of solution, right? You always have some type of solution, but never solve the problem. You don't consider that black people lack wealth. Like we don't accumulate wealth because of this mindset, like this corrupt mindset, right? I be watching other people lives and women that do like shit that I would never do. Like they do like negative um, um, uh, rage baiting content, and the pick me's they get money, right? So if a pick me is someone who's like submissive and they giving in and they talking about what men want to hear, that woman is supposed to be this, woman is supposed to be that, like they get money thrown up in their lives because that's what they're there to do. They are how you say it, catering to the crowd. So I just don't understand like what's the problem. If you're not going to give a cash app, don't give a cash app. But just don't try to like judge anyone else for getting the cash app because you don't have it in your heart. And that's another thing. Like all the fake shit that y'all be talking about, like you give back to the community, you don't give nothing. No one is out here begging. When have anyone, even if the person is begging and you don't have no intentions of giving a cash app, don't give a cash app. You're not obligated to be a member. You're not obligated to give a cash app. You're not obligated to give a super chat. You're not obligated to give her a super sticker. You're not obligated to give her a super thanks. None of that. So what's your point? What's your problem? If you're a person that came in my life and say that you and your husband or you and your family, you made over a certain amount of money and it's hard for you to donate a simple $5 as a tip, you have problems. Good morning, Willow. It's not me, it's you. How are you, Willow? You definitely have problems that needs to be dealt with. And I'm not over here to deal with anybody problems or solve anybody problems, right? So yeah, so here go one comment. It says Google pays content creators. Me as a supporter is not responsible for paying people cash apps. What do you mean? Who told you were responsible? These are the titles that you put on yourself. I think y'all overthink a lot and overanalyze too much. So that means that you bring conflict to your own self. No one is obligated to give anything. If someone asks or requests for a cash app and I don't know how you could be a supporter and you don't support financially, right? It's dry over here. That's okay. If I get about 25 members, starting off at like three different price ranges, like my highest is 9.99. Like I feel like people, and I'm gonna be honest, right? You want a great show, you want me to deliver the goods, and you want to listen in and tune into something totally different. I have two members, 4 or 5 members that I appreciate very much. They know what it is to grow a channel and support someone financially. And I'm not saying that you should, but I'm grateful for my supporters. I'm grateful for my members that support me financially, right? Because this is a job, whether you like it or not. Whether you look at it or not like that, it's a job. right? So, you're not obligated. You don't have a responsibility. You have nothing. Stop making yourself bigger than what you are. Stop making yourself bigger than what you appear. You are not better than no one over here. People even, and this is how you know people are the biggest hypocrites over here. You'll say something like, I'm not obligated to give cash apps or give financially, but you want to promote your business. You want to sell your stuff. You want to promote your business, and it's supposed. So what's the difference between you promoting your business and someone trying to grow their business? Right? Think about shit like that. So people that come up here talking about, oh well, at no obligation, I have to support your business. Talking about support black businesses. The only time black businesses it seems appealing to black people is if something that they are feel like they have to approve of or stand in judgment of. And that's just crazy, and that's just how it's going to be. But you're not obligated or responsible for anyone over here. You're not our mother. You're not our dictator. You're not our boss. You're not a manager. You're not nothing. You're none of that. And who want to stay in this type of sector, this tiny poor sector with no growth? There's no growth over here. You could tell that. You have to build up. If you want to come back, build up your channel, move around, move around. You have to do that with your supporters. And it doesn't take it's not easy to move around. So that's why I don't go hard like a lot of people go hard. Like that's why I don't like even respond to half of the dumb shit people say or make up or even fantasize about, because a lot of people live in a fantasy world on this app. Like you really do. Like going back and forth with someone about something they guessing and shit and making shit up, all their delusions in their head. No. I'm doing what I had to do. Yesterday I went live and I spoke about a different topic. People came in my live and said, Miss Carver was wrong, and I couldn't agree whether she was wrong or right, because that's not my position to say if she's wrong or right. I can say, well, she did uh, do some things that wasn't good, that wasn't so nice, right? But and that's the thing, like, oh, so it's okay for us when you view a content creator such as myself. Say if I'm talking about someone you don't like, okay, that's good, that's great. Now I start talking about someone you do like, oh, that's like offense. I'm not subscribing to you no more. I can't believe you said this. That's the feedback I get. And that's okay. Like I feel like a lot of people are inconsistent, and that's okay. Be inconsistent. But this is a unbiased. Well, there is bias over here. Bias channel, uh, opinion channel, entertainment channel, right? So if I don't conform or fall in line, it's a problem. That's not cool. Oh, thank you, Tip the host. Thank you, Lasagna. Lasagna been doing this for a long time. Okay, she is a loyal supporter, and I am happy to say that she is a loyal supporter. Even if I had two supporters, which I did, even when I like put my page out of commission, I had the two supporters for going on 2 years, and the two supporters have. I remember when I first had my first page, Bronx Girl, and I didn't know what I was doing. My first, what was it called? Membership. The highest one was $24. I didn't know. I jumped the gun with that one, but someone subscribed to it, and they subscribed for at least 3 months, 4 months before I took my page out of commission. So when people like, I know that this channel is going to grow, right? But I just don't need the agitators over here and the ones that hate the ones that are cheap and selfish and stingy in real life. Because I judge you by the way you talk on here in real life, and nobody asks your opinion about you giving a cash app or you counting someone's pockets. Like you don't have to give anything. No one is forcing you. Like I'm pretty sure you do give cash apps behind the scenes to other people that you feel like they answering a call or something, or making you happy. But no, don't come over here and get upset because we're telling you that you have many opportunities and many options to donate, either through, and cash apps is like a donation and a gift and a tip. If you feel like you need to know what the content creator is making, that's on your That's your problem. I don't care what other content creators are making. I'm not going to sit there and expose or reveal my financial statements. I'm not going to do none of that stupid shit. All that shit is stupid. That shit don't even make no sense. You got people that get up here and yell and scream that's monetized, and they enjoy yelling and screaming just because they have to answer a call or they have to be submissive to their supporters. I'm not submissive to anyone. No one's gonna make me do anything I don't want to do. Nobody can make me say anything I don't want to say at all at any time. Sorry, I just wanted to let the people know that no, you're not doing me a favor by not giving me a cash app. You're not doing me a favor. It's like you got to look at yourself, your hateful self. You gotta look into yourself, your inner self, and examine and question some things about why are you so selfish and stingy and uptight, and you look down on people and judge people because they're not uh, fit in a certain narrative, right? I don't have to sit here and explain to anyone that I'm from New York, I'm from the Bronx, and that there's no way in the hell that me as a New Yorker for 43 years could depend on someone tips. There are people that can depend like that so what I guess what I'm trying to say for my critical let me ask that you don't have to, let me just go ahead and say because I don't want to seem like I'm singling anyone out. So the point of me saying what I had to say is like when people come up here and make money and you talking about this is not a dependent income, this break even for most people. Okay. Now, if you want to tally it up in your brain and your head, and you sitting at your desk, and you want to say, "Oh well, Bronx Girl is making some sense," that do make some sense, right? So, say for an example, I get 25. And I hope my math. I hope y'all math is right. If y'all got a calculator by your desk or whatever, you tell me if I'm right or wrong. If I have 25 subscribers, just 25, and all of my subscribers subscribe to my podcast subscription membership, right? I haven't looked at it in so long. I just know who's who, and that's $9.99 a month. That's the highest one. I forget the lowest one. I have 25 members that is subscribed to my $9.99 subscription a month. That's $250 a month, right? And with that $250 a month, like that breaks even by groceries, by pay a bill. So when dummies come in here and say that this is not a job, what do you mean? It's paying a bill. Who can solely rely? YouTube can definitely supplement. Thank you. It does, Lasagna. You know what I mean? Like breaking even. We break even over here. This is like one of the YouTube's is one of the main things that they say you should have as a passive income. And I'm using this platform as a passive income, a secondary income. This is not my primary income. Right? So in New York City it's very expensive to live, whether I live with someone else or not. Two family homes are like more sustainable than a single family home. Don't get it twisted. YouTube is definitely a job, and I'm not knocking. Right? Those are for the people that are they not aware of the facts, Miss Chocolate. You know what I mean? Like definitely, like if you are making a certain amount of money, you can break even. A lot of people have bills to pay, and a lot of people need side hustles. Now, if you have a two income and you saying that you make over 135,000 a year, and you are in this chat, and you haven't even thought once to contribute to to this cause, so to speak, or this channel, then you have a problem. Not with me. You have a problem yourself. That's not my problem. I'm not stingy or selfish. I have kindness in my heart. And people look for giveaways. How can I do a giveaway? I could do a giveaway. A lot of people don't even like cash apps over here. A lot of my supporters don't even have cash apps. It's like, all right, I do a live, say, drop your cash app. So it could be a community thing. Like, if you're not the type of person to, like, just drop a cash app because, say, happy birthday, let's say, drop a cash app. Oh, Miss Chocolate, I like the way you support my channel. Thank you. We all have each other cash apps, and we think of each other in some sort of way to say, hey, here's a cash app for just today. That's how you build. That's how you build a little bit of wealth. That's how you keep things going. But it's no convincing the people that are not that type of mindset, right? So if you make a certain amount of money on YouTube, you definitely have to pay taxes. Hey, Timo. How you doing? Good morning. Well, it's 12:30 here. You definitely got to pay taxes. I'm not afraid to speak on how I feel. I'm not pocket watching nobody. I don't care how much money people make. I don't care how you get your money on YouTube or anywhere else. There are people that's hustling every day. All the people that came through that try to sell their shit on YouTube before they was monetized or they even have a page, and y'all talking about y'all not obligated or responsible for a cash app. Y'all are hypocrites. You're a hypocrite. If you say that you're not responsible or you're not obligated to pay or support people financially, I feel like you're a hypocrite. You do have a moral obligation though to support people that you feel that is in need of it or deserve it. You don't even do that. You do it and you ask for money back. So if you are the type of person that requested money back, which is your personal, that's your personal thing. Like that's your prerogative. But like if you ever send me a cash app and I'm letting you know now, and you get mad at me, I'm not. I'm not returning anything. I'm not refunding anything. Right? Don't send me a cash app and ask for a refund. That would be a little bit embarrassing for you and me because I'm not going to refund it and you're not going to get it back. I just want to set like an example for my supporters that I'm going to work so hard for to get and fight for those 25 members at $9.99 a month because I feel like and I know that I can grow this channel with the help of my supporters and the ones that want to make a contribution. Either you make a contribution through super chat, super stickers like Lasagna did. Lasagna been a member for 2 years. I think it's been about 2 years or going on 2 years. Have supported me since I had the other channel, right? So why is it? And it's not a comparison. It's just that just an example that she has supported me in front of the public and behind public doors. That's just it. That's the type of person that I feel like, that I can at least grow with. And if I feel like if you have that type of growth mindset and you want to see someone grow, you should at least think about and consider that that person do need financial support to grow their channel. Like everybody that grew their channel above this sector, tiny sector, this little sector, this sector that's overlooked, had to do the same thing we're doing. Some people don't like Cash Apps. They do Zelle. They do PayPal. What's the difference between Zelle, PayPal, Cash Apps, um, and Apple Pay and stuff like that? It's all a transaction. It's a transaction, you know. So if you don't have that in mind, and that's not something you think that you can consider. I don't know if this is the fit for you. I'm not saying each and every one of my supporters have to make a subscription, but it would be nice if like a portion or viewers or audience at least contribute in a way where they see where their money is going. Like if you are like if you are untrustworthy of the person that you contributing to, then don't contribute to that person. If $5 is too hard for you to contribute at any time, any point in your life, then there's something really definitely going on that we cannot solve. It's not my problem that you don't have $5, and you're not obligated to give me $5 or anyone else $5. Hi, Teresa. How you doing? Teresa's in the building. It's not like my obligation. I'm just going to keep it real. Like if you are a type of person that's in the chat, and maybe this will rub some people the wrong way because it's not that many people in here. It's 37 people in here. 37 people that's in here. I am very appreciative of. They want to listen. They at least want to see where I'm coming from and going with it. Oh, I gotta go. Shit. Thank you, Bronx. Badges are appreciated. Thank you, Lasagna. Lasagna, you have. I know you don't like to be put on the forefront. You shy. One day we'll get to speak to you and get to know you because you have been and my 1,200 supporters that stayed with me even when I had this page out of commission. We get to know you. I would like to get to know my supporters in the littlest way. So how can I bring business um, um, opportunities for us, not you personally, anyone in the chat, and you don't meet me halfway? right? So there are all levels of contributions you can make towards the host just to show them appreciation. And Sharita said it the best. She broke it down better than I can about the lives and how it works. Like YouTube take a percentage of anything that you make. So if you think this is not a job, then you have a lot of research to do. YouTube take a portion of what you make. So that means you have to work extra hard just to break even. Now, say I already explained about the cash. I mean the subscriptions. And it's just fantasy talking or just a visionary talking, whichever way you decide. If you were to become a member at $9.99, and there's memberships lower than that, like I don't know what they start at. I'll double check, and I should be on top of this. But there's this, you don't have to pay no more than $2 for a membership, right? So I have what 25 people that subscribe and have a membership of $9.99, and then what 10 people that have the next, because it's the replay game, the bushwatchers, and the podcast listeners. The podcast listeners are the ones that drive in a car and listen while they walking or just cooking and listening to it like a podcast. The replay game is for you. You come and you replay. Either you want to give me things on a replay, or you are the play is for you as a replay. What is this membership? And the bushwatchers, I feel like they should at least want to contribute because they are bushwatchers. They don't say nothing. I don't know if they like, whether they do like or don't like. Everyone, I feel like they have a position to play, and if you want to help me grow, that will definitely benefit me, and you will see your money where your money is going. But I can't do that until I see a little bit more revenue coming in, which is not coming in, and that's okay. It's a slow revenue, but I'm not complaining. I'm not going hard like other people will go hard for $1, right? $250 a month. That's extra money. That's hard earned money that some people can't even get right now, which I'm not going to compare myself. But $250, and you don't think about that could go towards groceries. I'm talking about for any and everybody that makes $250 on the side. That could go towards a phone bill. That could go towards insurance. That go towards building up a portfolio, building up a studio. If you want to see your money and how active it is and how it grows and what money can do and the beauty of money, and supporting the ones that, such as myself. I'm going to talk about myself for a little bit, and I'm going to talk to my supporters because I would like to give an example or set an example to the other content creators. If you want to see your host, Bronx Girl Grow, and you've been here and you're a supporter, and you think that your money will be well spent and it will show, then you think about getting a subscription. From the what 199 to 399, I think, to 999. Like your money is just not going to waste. Even if it was, it's like, okay, the person worked up here, you gave her a tip. And if she want to go get a drink, let her get a drink. We don't count money over here. I don't count money. I don't care about people's money at all. Like I never did. And I know a lot of people may say, well, what do you mean? That's what you're talking about. Yeah, I do love money. I do love money. And my supporters should love money too. Because I don't have it in mind like, oh, money is the root of all evil, or the love of money is. No, it's not. We know how to spend money. I have got no evil loving money. I have run into no evil loving money at all. It's not easy coming up here every single day trying to engage with the audience and keeping their attention on something that they're not familiar with or something that they're not interested in, right? So if you want to really see a profit and a gain, and if you can trust me, and you can become a loyal supporter, then, you know, make small contributions, which is greatly appreciated. We have many examples of people giving a tip and contributing and showing their thanks for the host. And I would like that for you to, I would like that for you to have that in mind. I would like for you to be that way also. Have take into consideration that, this is a job, and a contribution is necessary to grow the page. So if you're an agitator, you don't have no intentions of growing, I don't know if I could really like give you that much attention. That's all I'm saying. Like, um, you talking about black community. Black community don't have no wealth. We don't have no wealth because we don't have a money minded mentality. I'll give you an example. And I'm gonna go to my other page, and I want to talk about relationships. That's over there at Insight and Perspective with Bronx Girl. I know a couple of guys that got great jobs, and they don't have time to do a lot of things. Right? I know one guy. Um, he said he like we was talking about cooking, and he said, "Would you cook for me?" I said, "Of course I will cook for you. That's $30." He said, "Well, I could get it for free." What makes you think that I am the type of person, or any other woman is the type of person to cook for free or do a job or service for you for free? You think you could just, you know, everything is supposed to be given to you for free? Nothing is free, right? If I'm taking my time and I have things that's you don't have in your reach, and I'm saying like it will cost $30 for me to cook for you because you go to the restaurant and you pay them just the same amount because food is expensive and prices have gone up, right? I know another guy, he wear a uniform. I said, listen, I'll wash your clothes and iron your clothes, not wash. But if I'm gonna wash it, I'm gonna iron it. 3 shirts, a uniform shirt, that's $15. He said, "Oh no, I could get this done for free." You should not be talking to me if you're a man and you don't have no intentions of spending money. And it's not about no whole shit, which it should be. If it is, then you should pay like you weigh, and you should pay for what you want. That's the whole point. Pay for what you want. Men should pay for what they want. Women should pay for what they want. People should pay for what they want. That's it. That's all. I don't do nothing for free. I have to work for these super chats, super stickers, supporters, subscribers, and whatever have you. And that's all I'm saying. Is like have that in mind. Have a little bit more kindness in your heart and giveness for and giving back to your community in mind to say, well, I was with Bronx Girl, whoever you with, and I seen her grow from start to finish. Right? Money grows the channel. If you don't believe me, go to other channels with hundred thousands of followers, millions of followers, and they say, listen, the only way you can help this channel is to grow is if you become a member. Right? That's the only way the channel will grow is if you become a member. And I don't really have much to say about that, but just giving you a thought and how I feel about certain things. Good afternoon. Hi, Miss LB. How are you? Thank you for joining. I was just talking about, you know, people and their disdain or their anti cash apps or non tippers attitude towards us as content creators. And I feel like a lot of people get to do insult, agitate, and be hateful for free, right? And that's okay because you're not going to get consistency everywhere you go. But as my supporters, if you want to at least grow with me and see me grow, and this is not a channel for you that you don't want to grow, see growth, then this is not the channel for you. I want to continue to grind and do what I have to do because I have a vision and I want my vision to come true. I don't think anything should be free. And I feel like with women, you meet guys, and this is not to get off topic, but this is certain things that I will talk about on my other channel. Like, I don't feel like you should have to be scared or fearful of being like looked at as something that you're not because you are you have qualities and values about yourself that you're not afraid to express. If a man, you know him, you want to come over. Well, no, I don't think you should invite a guy over to your house so soon. It's not so soon. And if he wants you to, yeah, perform or expect a certain service out of you, like cooking, that's a fee, right? Because he's gonna go and he's going to give it to someone else that's not going to do it for free, and that's a restaurant. I was reading that research shows that men get off on being selfish and stingy, and women get a little bit more joy and happiness and giving when they give. And if you compare and you look at it, it's the truth. If a man wants you to wash his clothes and iron his clothes and fold his clothes because he's at work and he don't have the time to do it, that's a fee. Even if y'all are getting to know each other, right? Because that's hard work, cooking and cleaning, anticipating someone needs, and just stuff like that. Oh, you want me to pick up some groceries for you? You have to pay me to do this. This is how I know that we can be together if there? I received a phone call. Sorry, I see the and I see me talking. Yeah, that was my son calling. I'll call him back later. And that's how I feel about that. You know what? It may sound a little bit twisted and corrupt to some people, but this is the type of thinking that we as women, as older women, should have in mind. Like a lot of people have it like twisted that we are here to serve men on any level, and that's not what a lot of women should have in mind. I know that a lot of people get the thought of being independent and strong or whatever they label us as something totally different. If you are in a relationship and you have a great relationship, a great level of understanding, respect, integrity, all the little ingredients that makes a beautiful union in a relationship, you should value being independent of each other. You should value freedom and being independent. I think those are the best type of relationships. Like have your own hobbies, have your own, don't lose your sense of self, have things that you like to do that you don't have to do with your man or he don't have to do with you. Don't even, I feel like I don't need a man. I would rather a man to love me than to need me. I would rather love a man to need a man. You know what I mean? It's a difference between need and love. And that's how I look at things, right? And I want to love my audience and support my audience just like they want to love and support me. And there's no stopping me from doing what I will do to accomplish those goals. I'm a go getter. I don't let nobody get in my way. And I would like, for at least for my supporters, to have that in mind if things don't turn out the way you expected them to turn out on this platform. That's all I can ask is just, you know, don't be an anti giver. Like that's kind of like not something that a woman of this 21st century not supporting other women. It's not about just supporting black women, but women altogether. Women, when they stick together, we have a better chance of survival. These are the facts. Okay, so I see. I'll get off of this just to give rant. This is a rant. This is a rant that I'm giving, and I'm glad that you listened for the length of time that you listened, and we'll come back. You know, I don't know. I'll probably go on my other channel, and we'll talk about being submissive and what it is to be a submissive woman. Because a lot of people say that I have the misunderstanding of a submissive woman, what her duties are. Like submissive means give in. Like submissive means below, lower. He's high, you're low, and that's not something that a woman in the 21st century should be thinking of as being submissive because there are no benefits. I mean, if you want to be a traditional housewife, that's okay. Black men don't have money like that for us to be traditional housewives. They don't get paid that well to be looking for a subservient traditional housewives. White men are only the ones that have that opportunity of being rich and getting a traditional submissive subservient woman. So I feel like when black women say that they are subservient and submissive, they just messing up their future. They downgrading and demeaning and degrading themselves. In my opinion. Right. And another thing before I want to end this because I want to talk about this on my other channel. A lot of submissive women don't even know what it means to be submissive. Right. So when you are a submissive woman, you're not supposed to be jealous of anything. Remember, you gave that pledge to give in. You gave in. So all things are considered normal. If you are a woman and you are with a man and you are submissive and you're jealous, that's going against the rules. You're not supposed to be jealous and be submissive. And I just want y'all to think about that for a little bit. And we'll continue on my other channel. Probably, I don't know. I got some things to do tomorrow. Friday, we'll have it. I'll go on my other channel. We'll talk about it and hope to see you there and join. But thank you for listening to my rant. Thank you for listening to my complaints. And just for me, just expressing my views. Lasadia, why you, Lasadia, why you have to end the life like that? It's true, though. If you're a submissive woman, you're not supposed to be jealous. I'm going to share this with y'all because I like to dress nice, and I know I dress nice, and I know other people recognize me as dressing nice. That's something that I'm confident in saying. Like if you don't have no style, then you don't think I dress nice. Just as simple as that. And I was walking one day around my way with this, just walking, minding my business, looking cute. I had on camouflage from head to toe. Not camouflage, but like I had like a sweater, but green. I had the color was hunter green and camouflage. And this guy stopped me with his girlfriend. And he had a whole conversation with me about what I was wearing. She was listening until she was polite. I didn't want to make it about him, just him alone stopping me on the street, and I gave them the play because I know what I was doing, and I knew I filled out the scene. I was like, oh, okay, so he must be into polyamory. I guess he was trying to pick me up. I do the only time I will do polyamory is everyone is solo. I'm not You're not going to have 10 girls and whatever. I'll do polyamory in a certain way, but not everyone can know how to do polyamory, because if I was a polyamorous I would be solo without the intent of with a relationship. So she was standing there all polite, and she was just, smiling and nodding. And I had to turn around to speak to her and tell her how beautiful she looked and how nice she looked, because I wanted to throw him off. Like, you're not going to just have her standing there and you stop me and you complimented me. This is not about you. This is how women stick together. But she stood in her place. She didn't suck her teeth. She didn't do none of that. She was polite and decent. So I already know how the polyamorous community go, but I don't want that one, because you can't, like, he don't have a preference. He don't have a choice. He don't have a favorite, and you just can't make yourself available to him in polyamory relationship. You have to wait till he come to you, and no, sorry. But yeah, and that's what I want y'all to have have that in mind. If you are a submissive woman and you are jealous, you are breaking the rules. It's true. Okay, think about it. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. So that's a heavy topics we'll be talking about on my other channel about relationships. Me sharing, my personal life about how I'm dating. Dating is not hard for me. It's fun for me because you have the chance to explore. Every woman should explore her options and not throw all her eggs into one basket. If you're not looking for a serious commitment, and if you're looking for a serious commitment, then it should be at least some leeway in between that time, at least 3 years to commit to someone. And in those three stages, you should have three rings: a friendship ring, an engagement ring, and a wedding ring, if that's your goal. Right after the friendship ring, like, you definitely have to put a price on it. $300. Buy me a $300 friendship ring. We best friends. We consummated our friendship. We already having sex. Buy me a ring to show that you are, you know, serious about moving on and forward, right? So in between oh my goodness, I can't believe y'all got me talking about this. Lasagna, you troublemaker. So in between the best friend ring, the friendship ring, and the wedding ring is the engagement ring. So you'll know if you're going to get married to him if he put the engagement ring on your finger, and then you'll know if the engagement ring on your finger. So it's between, I'm sorry, the friendship ring and the engagement ring. So if you get those two rings, I think you have a good chance of being married, because why stop now? The best friend ring is just to ensure, or to reassure me that you're serious, but anything could happen. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You let me know if I'm wrong, and we'll talk about it on my other channel. But I would just like to thank everyone, as you always do, my beautiful supporters that let me rant and rave and talk about what I want to talk about with no judgment. No judgment was over here, and it felt good with my 25 listeners. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Lasagna, and everyone listening to my insight and my perspective. Have a great day. But be sure to check me out on Insight and Perspective with Bronx Girl. I'll be over there talking shit too. It seems like y'all like this conversation, so we can move forward. Bye, y'all.